No, you're hot now. You're hot now.
Oh, still looking at it.
And we got 3 minutes to go. If y'all want to come in at 3 and do rosters,
Okay.
I would be ready in 5, 4,
You go first.
3, 2.
All right, welcome to Western Hemisphere Cup here in Cleveland. I am the Cashman. I am joined by
Snarlet Fever.
And we're going to get through the introductions right here before we get into this first game. Chicago Bruise brothers versus the Philadelphia Hooligans from Penn, Jersey. Number 15 from Chicago, Smackaroni. Number 16, Markomedes. Number 182, Blink 182. Number 19, Ragnarocker. Number 22, Impale Al. 314, Val Raven. Number 333, Orange Whip. Number 35, Ben Hurt. 360, Grizz R. Arrington. 411, Trivial Pursuit. 556, Shenanigans. Number 65, Kingpin. 683, Psych and Destroy. 831, Twinkle Beef. And number 88, Up. And Adam.
All right. Our Philadelphia Hooligans, who are skating in red today, we've got number 000, Sammy Dangerfield. Number 017, Mego. Number 022, Arcana Tarot. Number 10, Scar. Number 145, Ice 9. 1701, Spock and Awe. Number 23, B Nito. Number 255, Frank Shredhot. Number 273, Uller. Number 3, Mike Oxbig. Number 4, Nurse Ratchet. Number 40, Juke of Hearts. Number 413, Rolling Thunder. And number 703, Smash Ketchum.
Okay. We only have 2. We only have 2. Who's my head rep for this game? Artie.
And we have 1 minute before the action starts on this great tournament to determine who is Western Hemisphere Cup winner.
Got it. I'll take a minute to say thank you to all of our skating and non-skating officials. Geo Knitter, Scotchy Scotch Scott, Bubbles DeSmear, Margie Ram, Kitty Stardust, Into Jill. Okay, I said that right next time. Dragon Harass, Night Trotter, Geo Knitter, Atomic Annie, Dread, RDFM, Bambi Lance, Guinness, Demon Mistress, Ruins, Candyman, Doesn't Matter, and Zero. And I want to thank our EMTs, because we can't do it without them either.
And it looks like this first jam wearing the star for Chicago Bruise brothers will be Ragnarocker.
Is this Oler?
Color, I think, color.
And for Philadelphia, Oler wearing the star.
There's our get it together whistle. And we got our first jam started. So far, everybody's being still. Well, not really still. They have not moved much off the jammer line. There's a lot of pushing. Okay, now we get some movement up almost to the pivot line. I can see.
Great defense by Sammy from Philly.
And we are not even 1 minute into the game, and we've got our first penalty.
And lead jammer was established for Ragnarocker and Chicago.
And Chicago does have lead jammer. And has picked up the first points of the day. The Philadelphia jammer seems to be caught down around back to turn 1 now. That Chicago tripod is tall and they seem very determined. They're real insistent about the you will not pass idea.
Started off that jam with the 2 Philly defenders going to the box immediately with the pivot getting called and having to skate around and come back and fill in the box after there was room. Another 4 points on the board. A 12-point jam so far for the Chicago Bruise brothers and Ragnarocker. Huller still looking to make that initial pass as the jam comes to an end.
And Chicago picked up 12 points on that jam, preventing Philadelphia from scoring any.
Got Duke of Hearts with the star for the Hooligans. For the Bruise brothers, I cannot see it just yet. That is Smackaroni with the star for the Bruise brothers, looking to make the initial pass. Still 1 to go, and Duke of Hearts picks up lead jam for the Hooligans. Smackaroni getting taken out of bounds, having to be recycled. Now it's Duke of Hearts' first scoring pass. And Smackaroni does break through the pack and makes the initial pass. 2 points on the board for the Hooligans as the jam got called off. We have Sammy Danger with the star for the Hooligans going up against Ben Hurt for Chicago Bruise brothers.
As long as I'm not.
And we come around
Right,
the
the-
first turn in the second turn. Still no lead. Ben Hurt with 2 to beat. Gets knocked out of bounds. Brett comes back in. Both Sammy and Ben Hurt looking to make the initial pass.
Unlike the first jam, this time the team the whole pack is really moving. We got part of the pack at turn 4.
Ben Hurt with 1 to beat. Stays up. Beautiful balance there around the outside of turn 4. Picks up lead jam for Chicago. Both jammers do make the initial pass, so Sammy is coming up to the pack. Both jammers picking up points on that. We got 3 going to Philadelphia, 2 going to Chicago.
So 5 minutes into the game, Chicago Bruise Brothers 14, Philadelphia Hooligans 5. Starting jam 4.
Frank Shred hot with the star for Philadelphia. Marcomedes for Chicago Bruise brothers. I'm sorry, Blink 182 with the star, pardon me, and does pick up lead jam. Both jammers coming through. Blink 182 calling that jam off as crossing the first scoring pass and picking up 1 point for Chicago Bruise brothers. Uller with a star for Philadelphia this jam.
We got Ragnar Rocker jamming for Chicago and Uller for Philadelphia. Ragnar Rocker spins through that last blocker to get lead.
Third lead jam for Chicago.
Ragnar Rocker pushed to the outside on their first scoring pass. Pulled back.
Chicago called for a multiplayer block. Hoping to break Uller free. Ragnarocker with 4 on the board. Uller did make the initial pass, but Ragnarocker calls that jam off before any damage can be done. It's like Duke of Hearts with the star for Philly this jam. Got 2 Bruise brothers in the penalty box. It's a little uneven odds out there, 5-on-3.
Yeah, we got 2 Bruise brothers in the box evaluating some choices that they made previously.
Smackaroni with the star for Chicago. One to beat, does beat, and picks up lead jam.
Chicago is making their first scoring pass. Oh, tripped over the line and stayed inside. Nice work.
4 points on that first pass for Smackaroni.
Smackaroni very much living up to their name. And it looks like we have star pass. Duke of Hearts is now jamming for Philadelphia.
3 more on the board. That is a 11-point jam for the Bruise brothers and Smackaroni. None going up on the board for the Hooligans. Ben Hurt with a star for Chicago Bruise brothers this jam. Fred Shred Hot with the star for the Hooligans. Sorry, Frank Shred Hot. Still 2 in the penalty box for the Bruise brothers. Both coming out right there.
Hooligans getting lead jammer.
It's the second lead jam for Philly this game so far. They have 2 lead jams versus 5 going the Bruise brothers' way. Shred Hot puts up 4, calls the jam off.
That was the first jam in a while that Chicago's been held to no points. Thank you to our tape layers, our tape repairers.
It's like Sammy Dangerfield with a star for the Hooligans this jam. And a Blink-182 with a star for the Bruise brothers. We have 2 to beat to pick up the lead jam. Coming around turn 3, lead jam does go Chicago's way.
Sammy Dangerfield pushed out to the outside, pulled back. Meanwhile, Blink 182 has picked up points.
Waving 4 fingers in the air for Blink 182. Sammy does break through the pack and gets the initial pass, so he can score on the next Hooligans pass.
All right, Bruise Brothers picked up 5 points on that one. And strategic use of calling off the jam kept Philadelphia from scoring any.
Aller with a star for Philadelphia this jam. Ragnar for Chicago Bruise Brothers. Lots of whistles going off everywhere. Penalties being called. Looks like a multiplayer block. And the lead jam was picked up by Ragnar.
Uller knocked to the inside, pulled back. Has to get through the Chicago line again. All right, somebody put extra gravity down on the track right there. Somebody put a blocker down on the track right there. We got everybody up now. Looks like we have a star pass. Now jamming is Mike Oxbig. And Chicago calls the jam off before Philadelphia can score any. Meanwhile, Chicago picked up 4.
It is 39 Chicago, 9 Philly with 16:31 left in the first half. Frank Shred hot with the star for Philly this jam.
And we've got a timeout.
Brought to you by?
All right, we've got a timeout, so I'm going to let you know that we appreciate everybody coming out here. We'd like to thank everyone who helps us keep the wheel rolling in this sport. Officials, announcers, photographers, medics, volunteers, sponsors, vendors, and our fans here today. This event could not happen without all of your support. Thank you. Hosting the first MRDA championship since 2019 has been a lot of work with many obstacles, but the Cleveland Guardians are honored to host the best in men's roller derby association here at the 2023 MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup. We hope you're enjoying the event. You can support the postseason tournament by purchasing some of this awesome merchandise, maybe a beer or two, and enjoying the weekend. But if you'd like to offer more support, MRDA at Cleveland Guardians are accepting donations via PayPal at Cleveland Guardians. That's at Cleveland Guardians. Both organizations are 501c3 nonprofits, and your donations will help us raise funds we need for successful events. Thank you for keeping us on track.
Next time you get to it.
Like I said, Frank Shred hot with the star for Philadelphia this jam.
All right, we're starting jam 10.
That's Macaroni with the star for Chicago.
Some nice blocking by Mego.
It's a beautiful tight rope along that line, but falling out of bounds, unfortunately, for Smackaroni.
And Philadelphia has lead jammer.
Second row.
As a second lead in a row for Frank Shred hot, calling the jam off.
But neither team got points that time.
Ben Hurt with a star for Chicago Bruise Brothers this jam. Jacob Hartz for Philadelphia. What a great move. Skating backwards. Oh, getting called for a forearm. It is now a power jam for the Bruise Brothers. And lead does go to the Bruise Brothers on that. There's a power move there between the second and third turns just to make that break through that pack and pick up that lead jam for Chicago. Big push and a 360 and 4 points go up in the board for Chicago Bruise Brothers.
Oof. There's some hard hitting going on out there.
Oh,
Almost like Derby's a contact sport or something.
Juka Hartz is getting knocked all over the place. Finally breaks free and makes that initial pass through the pack.
Juke of Hearts doing some great work once they got out of the penalty box. We have 46-9 in favor of Chicago with 13 minutes left to play in the first half of the first game of the first day, the men's roller derby Western Hemisphere Championships.
It's like Blink-182 2 with the star for Chicago or for Philly. We haven't had a lot of big jams. I think 12 may have been the biggest number so far, but that was 7. And when this game is like this, 7 is a lot of points. So a lot of defensive struggles going on here. And Blink-182 does break through the pack and picks up the lead jam for Chicago.
Pack is right here at turn 2. Blockers are blocking. Stopping forward progress.
And with that last one, that's 4 points on the board for Philadelphia, or for the Bruise Brothers there, Blink-182.
We've got one hooligan headed to the penalty box.
Catch him going to the penalty box there. 4 points on the first pass there by second pass by 182.
All right, Philadelphia held in no points. Chicago picking up 12 on that jam.
Frank Shredhart with the star for the Hooligans this jam. Ragnar Rocker wearing the star for the Bruise Brothers. As the defense lines up to the pivot line, you get a little speed hitting that pack. Ragnarok goes to the inside. Shred goes to the outside and picks up a lead jam. Third straight lead jam for Frank Shredhot and Philadelphia.
All right, Frank Shredhot ending the point drought for Philadelphia, picking up 4 points and, just as importantly, denying Chicago any points.
And we are down to under 10 minutes in the first half. We've got Sammy Dangerfield with the star for Philadelphia. Smackaroni for Chicago Bruise Brothers. He goes along the inside line. Gets called for a track cut. Sammy Dangerfield can break through and get lead. This will be a power jam.
Sammy Dangerfield still trying to get past some Chicago blockers.
Chicago's defense wore out the jammer and did not allow him to get to the point to score some points in a power jam. Now that Smackaroni is back on the track.
We got another hooligan headed to the penalty box. We still don't seem to have a lead jammer. There we go.
A minute 27 into the jam, we have the first jammer break through the pack.
That was a lot of work for 0 points.
Ben Hurt with a star for the Bruise Brothers. Juke of Hearts for the Hooligans. Once again, the defense is lining up at the pivot line.
All right, the blockers all started up at the pivot line, and it looks like number 40, Juke of Hearts.
Beautiful move, going to the outside and picking his way through the pack. Third lead jam for Juke of Hearts.
That one called off by the officials. 0 points in jam 15.
And we got a timeout.
And an official timeout. All right. We would like to thank everyone who helps us keep the wheels rolling in this sport. Officials, announcers, photographers, medics, volunteers, sponsors, vendors, and our fans here today. This event could not happen without you. Thank you very much. Be aware that social media, you can use that to stay up to date on all the news by following the MRDA's social media page, Facebook and Instagram. Our sponsors, our Next Level Skate Shop, they are here in the back corner with all kinds of equipment. Voted the best skate shop in Cleveland. Next Level Skate Shop is a woman-owned business that has been a long-time official sponsor for the Cleveland Guardians. Be sure to stop by Coco's booth on Turn 4 for all your roller derby needs. Roller Derby Level Up. Hit your next level in roller derby with personalized training. Off skates, on skates, and video review. Roller Derby Level Up has your training covered. And Roller Derby Athletics is your ultimate online resource for new and seasoned skaters. We offer expert guidance, off skates workouts, team training, and an inclusive community helps you level up. All right, there's the Get It Together whistle.
Interesting statistic. Philadelphia has gotten 4 of the last 6 leads, but has scored no points.
That is unusual.
Frank Shredhot with a star for Philly. Blink 1 Skady 2 for Chicago. And Blinks 182 picks up lead jam for Chicago. Breaking the 3 straight that Frank Shredhot had gotten.
All right, Chicago picking up 1 point. And calling it off before Philadelphia could return the favor.
1 point, crazy. Got Bowler with a star for Philadelphia. Looks like Ragnarocker for Chicago. Oh, nice move. A swim move through the pack. Picks up lead jam coming around turn 1 for the Bruise brothers. Bowler does make the initial pass through, so both jammers can score. Two points on the board for the Bruise brothers. It's 61-13, 5:19 left in the first half. Got Smackaroni with a star for Chicago this jam. Juke of Hearts for Philly. Oh, nice move around the outside. Smackaroni breaking free from the pack and getting lead jam for the Bruise brothers.
Yeah, Smackaroni just flew through that pack.
Smackaroni picking up 4 on that pass. Hard hitting going out there. Smackaroni moves down to the inside line on the back turn and picks up 4 more points. We have a star pass now. Star pass going to number 17. That would be Mego for Philadelphia. And before Mego could get anything, the jam was called off. A 12-point jam for the Chicago Bruise brothers. And Smackaroni. Frank Shredhot with the star for Philadelphia. Ben Hurt for Chicago Bruise brothers. Ben Hurt goes from the inside back to the outside around turn 1. Comes back to the inside with 1 to beat. Picks up the lead jam, even getting knocked down. Shredhot still looking to get that initial pass through while Ben Hurt is scoring on these passes. You get a double penalty on the pivot. Sammy Dangerfield there.
3 points.
The Hooligans will be starting with 2 defenders in the penalty box, including the pivot. Blink 1 skate 82 with a star for Chicago.
We are real close to the 2 minutes in the lasting in the first half. And Blink 182 gets lead for Chicago.
Bowler still looking to make the initial pass through coming up around turn 1. As Blink 1 skate 82 puts 4 points on the board. 182 getting knocked out of bounds there by Nurse Ratchet. Does call the jam off.
Nurse Ratchet doing some good defense there.
This could be the last jam of the first half. Saying it will mean it won't be. 7th jam in a row. Philadelphia hasn't put any points on the board.
All right, the whistle blew, and everybody's standing still.
And we have a scrum.
Well,
we
now
have-
we have some movement. Okay.
Yeah, got Frank Shredhot with the star for Philadelphia. And Ragnar Rocker comes around the inside, picks up the lead jam for the Bruise brothers. We are down to 22 seconds in the first half. Of course, jam time is a little bit longer than that.
Preventing points again.
And the time has run out. We are halftime, folks. The score is 87, Chicago Bruise Brothers, 13, Philadelphia Hooligans. You got 15 minutes, go around, get some merch while you're here, get some food,
Visit the vendors.
spend some money.
Please, for time's dead. Arena shout-outs during halftime.
We're doing arena shout-outs?
Halftime. Well, I think everything can be on the stream that's anything that. It's things that can be on the stream. Can't be because we've sold separate packs. Okay. I don't know. Are we doing any sort of stream shout-outs during halftimes that can't go to the arena?
So as far as I know, I could not go home. Leave it as is, and then we'll kind of.
One thing I want to do for the stream.
Yeah.
Where's this?
I'll drop that.
Stand.
So
Those of you watching on Twitch, right now it is halftime. We'll be back in about 13 minutes to continue the derby action. We hope you guys are enjoying watching some high-level roller derby from Cleveland, Ohio, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Yeah, the Gamma rotation, the 1915, 35, 182, and then they follow it.
Oh, yeah.
Got a sword in the nitro. Meet the stream. We're gonna do
Tell me if you're hurt and I'll be there. Carry you away to the promised land. Feel your heartbeat and don't be scared. 'Cause I'll be there, yes I'll be there. You and I, we can fly anywhere you wanna go. Find a place we can hide, we can make it on our own. Go along for the ride, to the stars just follow. You and I, side by side, dancing in your halo. Like a fever taking over, it's burning. You're so stuck in your head, think I'm leaving. In your mind I know that you're hurting. That I'll be there, yes I'll be there. You and I, we can fly anywhere you wanna go. Find a place we can hide, we can make it on our own. Go along for the ride, to the stars just follow. You and I, side by side, dancing in your halo. Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in our eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it rain tonight. We
Okay, I was supposed to read this at the beginning of the day, but I had morning brain. We would like to acknowledge that this tournament is taking place in Cleveland, Ohio, on the traditional lands of the Erie, Kaskaskia, and Mississauga indigenous peoples. It is important to remember that indigenous voices are not a thing of the past. They are still here and they still matter. We encourage everyone to take the time to learn the history of the land they skate on and elevate the voices of the indigenous people and their ancestors. You can learn more about supporting the indigenous community of Cleveland by following the Lake Erie Native American Council on Facebook.
Please, there's no one layer, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 6 means we score 13 points.
All right, we're almost ready for the second half here. We're less than a minute. Want to talk a little bit about the game. It's been a very defensive struggle. Bruise Brothers up 87-13. Philadelphia picking up many leads and only still putting 13 points on the board. So Chicago's defense.
Right now.
All right, looks like we're getting ready to act for the action.
I was just getting like a lot of clipping.
Yep.
All right, we are ready to start the second half of the first game of the men's roller derby Western Hemisphere Championship. See, I still got morning brain. I had to think about what hemisphere I'm in.
That's in the West area.
Western and Northern, but not Northwestern.
We have Ragnarocker with the star to start the second half for the Bruise Brothers.
Tony Peppertonic.
Bring up microphones for this, don't you do it. I was like, "What's up?" He's like, well, you don't know which microphone.
I said you didn't know which microphone it was.
I exact. I have ADHD and I exact.
He doesn't.
I know what I'm doing.
Duke of Hearts with the star for Philadelphia to start the second half.
Just saying.
Put the colors. Spell. Shut the guy with the red cloth, okay?
All right, we got the 5 seconds.
What was I? Oh. Oh, it's the ambulance. Yeah. The ambulance ride.
The jam has started,
I didn't
and now we've got some movement.
Sammy Dangerfield knocking Ragnarocker out of bounds, recycling. Still no lead designated jammer yet.
Chicago getting lead.
It is a power jam for Chicago now with Duke of Hearts going to the penalty box.
If you are watching this on Twitch and you don't know what a power jam is, it is when the jammer for one team has to go to the penalty box. That means that the jammer for the other team has 30 seconds where their blockers can just help them and help them and help them.
Magnarocker did a little tour of the infield there and comes back behind the back. Shimmies along Rolling Thunder, putting 4 points up on the board for the Bruise brothers.
Oh, we got flag waving in the stands. I don't recognize the flag, but it's waving. Oof.
Benito hitting the ground really hard around turn 4.
Like, I hurt because of that hit. Chicago picking up 11 points. They are sitting at 98 right now, very close to the 100 mark. Philadelphia holding tight at 13.
Frank Shredhot with the star for the Hooligans. It's like Smackaroni for the Bruise brothers, coming around the outside, being led through the pack by Twinkle Beef, picking up lead jam for Chicago. Oh, sorry, not Twinkle Beef. That was Orange Whip there making the space. Four points on that first pass for Smackaroni. The Chicago's got a tenacious D, that's for sure. You have two guys that can fill the track out there.
Chicago's just racking up points this jam. The Chicago blockers have really figured out the whole stopping the jammer.
Four more points on that pass. I believe this is the biggest jam of the game so far. 16 points on the board. And after 20 points are put up on the board, the Bruise brothers do call it off.
So that was the biggest jam of the day. That was a 20-point jam by Smackaroni. You might choke on all those points, but it did bring them over the 100 mark. So we got 118.
Looks like we have a power start for the Bruise brothers in this jam as for Frank Shredhot is in the penalty box, and Ben Hurt does pick up the lead jam. It's a power jam for the Bruise brothers. Nice move. Philadelphia does knock Ben Hurt off the track, having to come back and recycle, not getting any of those points. Does put up 4 and calls that jam off.
supposed to do. This is these. I'm gonna give props to the defense for holding them. They didn't even get an initial last time. I don't know what I just looked at.
Got Waller with his star for the Hooligans. Smackaroni. No. No, that's not that. It is Blink 182 with a star for the Bruise brothers. Chicago's defense has not allowed Philadelphia to score a point since the 13th jam of the game. And Philadelphia does pick up lead jam.
First time this half that Philadelphia has had lead. Oh, and now Philadelphia gets a power jam as Blink 182 goes to the penalty box. Uller getting some help from the blockers. And Philadelphia picking up 4 points.
8-point jam so far for the Hooligans.
Blink 182 is back making contact with the pack, although they are not wearing the star right at the moment. Another 4 points for Philadelphia. All right, Blink 182 does have the star cover on now. Oh, tried for an apex jump, did not quite get it. Philadelphia picking up 12 points, almost doubling their score in one jam. Chicago also picking up points.
Ragnar with a star for the Bruise brothers. This jam juke of hearts for the Hooligans.
That was the biggest jam for Philadelphia so far today. Ooh.
Big hit on juke. Number 88 up and at him.
Skaters are getting back on the track. A couple of officials are conferring. I am liking this venue. It's a nice venue. I can't speak to how it feels to skate on.
Getting some great comments on the feed. The one in particular that jumps out at me was the 2 seconds on the ground before you try to get up. I felt that. So that was, yeah. Smackaroni with the star for the Bruise brothers. Frank Shred Hot for Philadelphia.
Chicago's jammer has been pushed to the inside and pulled back. Frank Shredhot jamming for Philadelphia, pushed to the inside, pulled back. So far, neither jammer has made it very far. Frank Shredhot pushing the front of the pack, and Frank Shredhot does get lead jammer. That's the second jam in a row that Philadelphia has gotten lead.
It's a great force through that because that defensive line is scary.
Philadelphia getting one more point on that jam.
Oliver with the star for Philadelphia. Ragnar Rocker for the Bruise brothers. Oh, sorry, Ben Hurt. Pardon me. Beautiful zigging and zagging along that pack and breaking free, going to the outside, picking up lead jam for the Bruise brothers is Ben Hurt.
Uller getting pushed out to the outside and pulled way back. Pushed out again. Meanwhile, Ben Hurt is making a scoring pass.
Ben Hurt running into that four wall, anchored by Spock and finding the path down the inside line. 4 more points on the board for the Bruise brothers.
Mego has been playing some good defense for Philadelphia today.
It's great because Ben Hurt just tried the same thing again. This time Philadelphia filled in the hole, did not allow him to get through.
We got jammers being pushed out. Everybody hovering around turn 3.
And we have a star pass to the pivot. Mego now the jammer and record for Philadelphia. Looks like we have an official review.
All right. We have an official review going on. While they are conferring, I will say that the Clover Cup, the Dallas Derby Devils, are hosting the upcoming 2024 Clover Cup in North Richland Hills, Texas on March 22nd through the 24th. This tournament will include sanctioned games from all the associations, including JRDA, WFTDA, and MRDA. Check out derbydevils.com for more info. And the Cleveland Guardians are proud to support the Black Trans Men of Ohio, whose mission is to increase the visibility and quality.
Red is seeking a lake block on a blue blocker.
Lost. Oh, you lost the laptop. Oh, you lost the laptop.
So we're having some technical issues here. While they're straightening that out, I will continue. The Black Trans Men of Ohio have a mission of increasing the visibility and quality of life of the Black transmasculine individual through community building, mentorship, and providing accesses to resources in the state of Ohio. You can support the organization by visiting their website at btmohio.org. And we're back.
Just go
I think. And you can always do an undead streaming contest.
And there's
Best stream team in the world. You could shout us out. I don't know.
the undead are streaming this, and I am told that they are the best streaming group in the world.
In the world. Wow.
Right now.
We're like the only.
Yeah.
Someone just said only,
Yeah.
but we will just stick with best. Official reviews are when one team says, hey, you missed a call, or you called something improperly, or hey, we think another point should have been awarded. And the officials get together, they talk about who saw what, and come to an agreement.
It's going live.
The action described was not observed. No call stands.
The call stands. We get ready to start jam number 8.
Quick blocker, no call will stand.
Blink 182 with a star for the Bruise Brothers. Frank Shred Hot for the Hooligans.
Frank Shredhot is pushing the upper
Shred
two.
Hot taking a great shot, still glancing blow, does make the initial pass to the back end. Philadelphia has the lead jam.
Philadelphia picked up 4 points and called the jam off, preventing Chicago from scoring. That did not happen very much during the first half, but this is the second jam that Philadelphia has prevented Chicago from picking up anything in the second half.
Ragnar Rocker with a star for the Bruise Brothers. All are for the Hooligans. As the pack collapses around the jam line, and Ragnar Rocker comes out the other side with lead jam for the Bruise Brothers.
Oh, someone lost part of their skate.
79 wheels on the track.
Yep. We had fewer wheels on the track than required. So nobody picked up anything on that one. We've got an official timeout.
So that jam didn't happen. Reset.
The Cleveland Guardians are also proud to support Colors Plus, a nonprofit LGBTQ plus youth center with the mission to strengthen LGBTQ plus youth and their allies by promoting individual and community wellness. We got the Get It Together whistle.
So guess
We are getting ready to start Jam 10.
Blake Oxbig with a star for the Hooligans this jam. Smackaroni for, wow, incredible balance by Smackaroni. does pick up lead, but gets knocked out of bounds at the last second. And Oxbig does pick the initial pass up. So we had 0-0 jam there. The lead jam got knocked back behind the pack after picking up the lead, calling the jam off before getting back out of the pack. Ben Hurt with a star for the Bruise Brothers. Juke of Hearts back on the track for the Hooligans. And Ben Hurt picking up lead jam for the Bruise Brothers.
Juke of Hearts, skating like this really matters, which is how you're supposed to skate it all the time. Chicago picking up 1 point, calling it off, forcing Philadelphia to score 0 points.
Frank Shredhot with a star for the Hooligans this jam. Blink 1 Skater 2 with a star for Chicago. Great move going down to the inside line, hopping on the toe stops around the end of the pack and picking up lead jam for Chicago.
Blink 1 Skate 2 pushed to the inside and pulled back. Star pass for Philadelphia. Mike Oxbig is now jamming for Philly.
Oxbig moving from the outside back to the inside, getting knocked out of bounds, still trying to make that pass at the pack.
Chicago picking up 4 points. Mike is the jammer. Oxbig pulling Blink 1 Skate 2 all the way back. Blink 1 Skate 2 unable to pick up any points on that because Oxbig pulled him all the way back. Chicago did pick up 5 points. Philadelphia, too bad they can't get awarded points for some good
You do have a timeout
play.
for the Philadelphia bench.
So, with a little over 11 minutes left to play in this game, we've got Chicago 142, Philadelphia 30. Hosting the first MRDA championship since 2019 has been a lot of work with many obstacles, but the Cleveland Guardians are honored to host the Best in Men's Roller Derby Association. We hope you are enjoying the event. You can support this postseason tournament by purchasing some of the awesome merch, maybe a beer or two, and enjoying the weekend. But if you'd like to offer more support, MRDA and Cleveland Guardians are accepting donations via PayPal at Cleveland Guardians. Both organizations are 501c3 nonprofits, and your donation will help us raise the funds we need. Thank you for keeping us on track. We are getting ready to head into Jam 13.
Got Ragnarocker with a star for Chicago, Uller for Philadelphia.
And
Lots of whistles blowing.
another problem with equipment. The refs are watching to make sure that everybody has 4 wheels on both feet. This has turned into an official timeout.
And while we have a timeout, we want to thank Johnny Pepper for being our producer for this game. He's been doing a fantastic job.
He is. Johnny Pepper is a joy to work with, as is Cashman.
You heard that.
I'll remind everybody that Next Level Skate Shop is here in the building. They were voted the best skate shop in Cleveland. Next Level Skate Shop is a woman-owned business that has been a long-time official sponsor for the Cleveland Guardians. Be sure to stop by Coco's booth on Turn 4 for all your roller derby needs. In fact, you don't even have to play derby to go get, if you just want to do some trail skating and you need outdoor wheels, Coco's got that. You'll also want pads and maybe a helmet. Coco's got that. Doesn't have to be derby.
Got Frank Shred hot with the star for the Hooligans this next jam. It looks like Ragnarok or Ben-Hur. I can't tell. Number 19, that's Ragnarocker. Thank you for that great camera view on the stream team of the Undead. They're doing a fantastic job as well. So Johnny Pepper has some fans on the stream.
Nice to see the skaters chatting at the jammer line. It's a little bit funny how they can be happy and chatting with each other, and the whistle blows, and you're trying to just knock the heck out of somebody. Ragnarocker is jamming for Chicago. Nice apex jump. And Frank Shredhot jamming for Philadelphia. Chicago does have lead. And 0 points scored by anyone on Jam 14. On the plus side, everybody's wheels stayed on their skates.
This next jam, we have Sammy Dangerfield for the Hooligans with a scar. And Smackaroni for Chicago. And Sammy jets right into a 3-wall. Smackaroni getting forced out of bounds by another 3-wall. Hotspig looking to create some offense there to break free Sammy. And Sammy does find a path down the inside line, picks up lead jam for the Hooligans.
Philadelphia's blockers doing a good job of keeping the Chicago blockers out of the way. Philadelphia picking up 4 points on that and calling it before Smackaroni was able to pick up any points.
Frank Shredhot with the star for the Hooligans. Ben Hurt for Chicago Bruise Brothers.
Flower City's finest.
We got Ben Hurt jamming for Chicago. And number 255, Frank Shredhot jamming for Philadelphia. Shredhot getting pushed to the inside, allowing Chicago to get the lead.
Nice move by Ben Hurt around the outside of the pack, picking up that lead. And Frank Shredhot does make the initial pass through the pack. We're down to 8 minutes left in the game.
Chicago scoring 1 point there. 143 Chicago, 34 Philadelphia. We got just under 8 minutes left in this in the second half.
All that work for 1 point.
Yeah.
Man, I'm exhausted watching it. Got Chuka Hartz with a star for Philadelphia. Blink, I'm just going to not do the whole name. Blink 1, Skatey 2, but Skatey, as friends refer. Just saw a pivot cover go flying.
Chicago starting off their power jam with lead.
Actually, that was a star cover that went flying. Skatey coming through on the scoring pass. Track cut against 182 there. 182 going to the penalty box. Is a power jam.
So this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes.
And since the lead jam lost it, we will go the full 2 minutes.
Looks like we got 2 Chicago skaters headed towards the penalty box. Maybe not.
Juke putting up 4 points on there, getting knocked out of bounds, but the defender went out as well, so you know the rules. Oh, huge collision.
My gosh. I had to say, if I flew up in the air and then fell down, I would not be just popping right back up again after that.
We did have a star pass there at the very last second. Kingpin picking up the star, putting up 4 points on that pass for Chicago.
Philadelphia did pick up 8 points. Chicago 4. That was a lot of work.
Ragnar with a star for Chicago this jam. Frank Shredhot for the Philly Hooligans.
Chicago gets lead. Frank Shredhot staying in bounds. Oh, nope, Frank Shredhot did not stay in bounds. So Chicago gets a 30-second power jam.
Takes a quick peek at the scoreboard, how much time is left coming around the end here, but a little bit over 4.5 minutes. Or under 4.5. course, Shred Hot in the penalty box. The only jammer on the track is Ragnarocker. I don't know if scoring points is more of a thing to do or over killing the clock a little bit.
Philadelphia has one headed to the penalty box. And calling that one off. 4 points for Chicago, bringing them to 151.
Hooligans 42. We've got a little over 3 minutes left in the game. Smackaroni with a star for Chicago. Uller for Philly. Uller picks up lead jam.
Uller absolutely just squishing through Chicago's line to get lead.
Three to Chicago, 2 going to Philly. 154-44. Frank Shred Hot with the star for the Hooligans. Ben Hurt for Chicago. Sammy Dangerfield, big hit on Ben Hurt, taking Ben out of bounds, coming back in behind the pack. Still looking to get a lead jam. Hurt going to the penalty box is now
Okay, I did not see what sent Ben Hurt to the box, but Ben Hurt is in the box. Which, of course, means that Frank Shred Hot is in the midst of a power jam.
when Frank does make it through the pack, picking up lead jam. It is a power jam for the next few seconds, but calls that jam off. We got 1:12 left.
One of the rare jams
Could be the last jam of the game.
where nobody got points. Yeah, this could be the last jam of the game.
Famous last words.
Then again,
Spidey say what?
it might not.
Could be.
We're at under a minute.
Got Aller with the star for Philadelphia. Ben Hurt for Chicago. Ben Hurt with 1 to beat for lead jam coming around the back straightaway. And picks up lead jam for Chicago.
Ben Hurt looks like he's taking a
Looks
little
like he's
breather.
killing time here. We're going to end this one. Whew. I am exhausted watching this. What a great game. Setting quite the
All right.
precedent for the day here at the Western Hemisphere Cup.
The unofficial score:
We're gonna do. Are they doing?
Chicago 154, Philadelphia 44. So congratulations to Chicago for picking up the first win of the MRDA Western Hemisphere Championship. There will be more Derby coming real soon.
Thank you, Snarlet. It was a fun call. Next up, Pittsburgh Undead versus Wayne County Concussion at 11.